Whoa, now this message right here has been paid for by the blood of Christ. Now I want you to hear me out. I want you to hear me out. Don't get mad and be like, oh man, here he go with this again. Just hear me out. Just hear me out real quick because I've been getting a lot of feedback off Instagram, off Facebook from people I know personally, and I just want to make sure I say this exactly right because it's important. Now, before I show you what the words say right quick, this whole presidential election thing has been giving me such a bad vibe because I've seen so many people. It feels like we're depending on the presidential candidates to do godly things. And I'm saying that because it's a lot of us out there who believe that if Biden is picked to become president, that racism is going to stop, that police brutality is going to stop. Some people may even believe black on black crime is going to stop because Joe Biden is coming to office. And a lot of us want Trump out of office. And my question is this: I want you to think about this, and I want you to really, really think about it, especially my people, because it's my people who the main ones who are constantly saying these things like I'm supposed to vote against Trump because I'm black. So my thing is this: what has Trump done to you personally? How has Trump affected you since he's been in office for these 4 years? I want you to think about that. Has your income been reduced? Have you had less food stamps? If you own food stamps, did your welfare get cut? Did your child support get cut? What did he take away from you while since he been in office? Because I can tell you from personally, the one thing that I don't like that Trump did since he been in office is that I think he messed with some of the veterans hospital laws that Obama put in place as far as our health care and how soon we have to be seen. I believe he changed some of that. Also, I know he got rid of Obamacare, and Obamacare was a good thing, believe it or not. A lot of rich people didn't like Obamacare because if you actually read that packet when Obamacare first came out, and we was receiving those packets in the mail about Obamacare, if you actually sat down and read it, that packet said that first of all it was affordable health care, and second of all, it said in there if you have to go see a doctor more than once for the same problem, that doctor would catch a fine. So that means doctors had to really do their job. And a lot of those rich doctors didn't like that. So a lot of the rich folks, they was against Obamacare. That's just personally for me one of the things that I didn't like that Trump did. But for the rest of y'all, I want you to ask yourself, what has he done? Because Trump is not the reason why black people are getting killed by police. If we think back when Trayvon Martin got killed, even though it wasn't a policeman, it was a neighborhood watch guy. Obama was in office then, and I remember Obama saying, if I had a son, he would look like Trayvon. So these things started happening, man. People started recording stuff after Trayvon Martin died, and we started recording these type of things happening when Obama was in office. Obama was black, and Obama was a Democrat. So why is it that we have Christians that believe if Trump gets out of office, our children will be more protected? I don't know about y'all, but I don't look for Trump to protect my children, and I don't look for Joe Biden to protect my children. Every day I pray to God to protect my children. That's what I stand on, and that's what I believe. Now, I'm gonna say this here. Once again, for anybody who dislikes what I'm saying right now, I'm gonna say something personal, and then I'm gonna go ahead on and just show you what this Bible say real quick. Me myself, I don't like to just vote for anybody because everybody else say do it. I'm not that type of person. I've never been the type of person to go along with the crowd. Anybody who know me know that. I grew up when I was young. My two best friends was two white boys, and their families was poor, just like mine was. But somehow we managed to luck up and get a nice set of apartments called Brandywine. That was real nice when we was young. We all was in the same boat. All was close friends, ate food at each other's houses, you know what I'm saying, slept at each other's houses, still best friends today, you heard me? Their parents was white. But some of their parents had connections to white folks that had money. So sometimes I got to see their side of the fence. After we left Brandywine, man, I grew up in the hood. One of the hardest hoods in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Parktown, PT for life. Everybody out there who know me know I love my hood. Never had a problem with my hood. Used to sit out on the porch every day and smoke weed and talk to whoever would come up on the porch. My mama was like somebody, I can't think of the word, but she was like an OG around there. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knew her. So it was all good. So I done lived on both sides of the fence. I done seen police kill somebody right in front of my house. Right in front of my house. I done seen black on black killings right on my street. Sister killed her brother right on my street, right on Columbus Dunn. A sister shot her brother in the chest. We watched this man fall back and die. So I done been on both sides, man. I done seen police brutality. I done seen black on black crime. I lived around it. I seen good kids going to school had to start carrying guns because they was getting robbed every day. I seen where you call the police and they don't come. You know what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted at all. I done seen both sides. I done lived both sides. I teach my children God and I teach my children the game. So please don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying is this here. I've never been one to follow the crowd. I had a girl tell me one time, a white girl, we was watching Boys in the Hood. And when Ricky got shot, I had a white girl tell me, that's going to happen to you one day. And I was thinking to myself, no, it's not. When I got to the age of 18, I joined the army just so I could have something in life. Just so I can get out the hood and make something of myself. You heard me? I've never been one to follow the crowd, so you're not finna tell me I'm finna vote for somebody just because I'm black. Now, I'm going to tell you like this too. Democrats, I'm a man of God. Democrats support abortion. Democrats support gay marriage. So this is why I don't want to vote for them. Republicans, they it's all about money, which is a gateway to all types of evil. And it's all about and a lot of them seem like they're racist. And that's another reason why I don't want to vote for them. But I don't have nothing against nobody who wants to vote. If you want to go out there and vote, go vote. You know, if you got your reasons why you want to vote for this person, vote for them. But I would suggest to any of y'all, don't just vote for somebody because you black. Vote for who you think is the most qualified to run this country. Now, I had a Christian tell me, and I'm about to show you what the words say, because I had a Christian tell me the other day. That I should be voting for Joe Biden because I got black sons. You know, all started because of a post I put on my page. You know, she made a mistake and thought that I posted it in a Christian group, but I posted it on my page, and she felt like I shouldn't speak my mind, or I shouldn't say, because I put on there, I don't know what I put on there, but the point was she felt like I should be voting for Biden because my sons are black. Now, first off, I'm going to show y'all this right here. This is Romans, the book of Romans, chapter 13. The first verse. Let every soul be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God, and the authorities that exist are appointed by God. All authorities that exist are appointed by God. So you know what that means? That means Trump was appointed by God. Trump got his position from God. Now let me say this up. This is what the Bible say. That's Romans chapter 13, verse 1. That's the Bible. Now, a lot of us call ourselves Christians and say we stand on the word. But when it comes to the word, a lot of us don't get so Christian-like no more. We don't always want to agree with what the word say. I agree with everything that's in this book. You're not going to hear me say none of something in here that's wrong or something here I don't agree with because I don't like it. I may not like it, but I got to agree with it because it comes from God. This right here says that all authority has been put in place by God. So Trump was appointed by God. Now, if you believe God, if you believe His word, if you call yourself a Christian, then you have to believe that Trump was appointed by God. Whether we like him or we don't like him, God gave him that position. Every president that got their position, God allowed it to happen. God made it happen. Now that's real. Now, so you can tell me who I need to vote for, but God gonna have the final say so regardless. So I had another Christian try to tell me I'm not being obedient if I don't vote because I'm not obeying the laws of the land. But the laws of the land say I have the right to vote. There's nothing that say I have to vote. I got people getting mad at me, y'all, because I don't want to vote. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you should see the stuff, the insults that's on Facebook, the stuff they're saying about people who don't want to vote. But my thing is this here. Why does it bother you so much that somebody else, what somebody else does with their vote? It's their vote. Our ancestors fought for us to have the freedom to vote. But at the same time, it's like we're trying to be controlling with other people's votes. I'm going to show y'all one more thing. Because, see, I had another Christian tell me that because I said, you know, one thing I liked about Trump was the fact that I saw Trump pray on TV. I saw him pray on TV on Easter Sunday. And somebody was like, one of my friends was like, that don't mean nothing, bro. Like, you know, he can get up there and pray just for show, just to make us think he's a good person. And that's totally true. That's totally true. And any of y'all who listening, they're probably saying that's real. And that is real. But let me show you this here, what the Bible say. Philippians chapter 5. Chapter 5. Let's see. I had my pen in here, but it fell out. No, Philippians ain't got no chapter 5. It's Philippians chapter 1. Oh, man. Where is it? I sure want to find it. Y'all give me a second. Y'all bear with me, please. Okay. It's Philippians chapter 1, we start at like verse 15. Philippians chapter 1, verse 15. All right. It says, some indeed preach Christ, even from envy and strife, and some also from goodwill. The former preach Christ from selfish ambition, not sincerely, supposing to add affliction to my chains. That's Paul saying that he got some people that's preaching just to go against the stuff that he preaching about. But the latter out of love, knowing that I am appointed for the defense of the gospel. What then? Only that in every way, whether in pretense or in truth, whether somebody pretending or whether they being truthful, whether in pretense or in truth, Christ is preached, and in this I rejoice. Yes, I will rejoice. You see what he's saying? In this, whether somebody's preaching it fake or whether somebody preaching it real, in this I will rejoice. He says again, yes, I will rejoice. Because he's happy that Christ is getting preached. That's the whole thing about it. In verse 18, what then? Only that in every way, whether in pretense or truth, Christ is preached. And in this I rejoice. Yes, I will rejoice. So he's saying it don't matter whether this person is faking or whether they sincere about God or whether they not sincere about God. I'm just thankful that God is getting preached. So when I saw Trump sit in that office and pray to God, that's something I never seen a president do. So when I seen him do that, I was like, yes, the world need to see that. I don't care what type of nigga Trump is. Excuse my. But I was thankful that he did put Christ out there in front of people. Because you'd be surprised how many people might start believing just because Trump act like he believe or whether he really believe or not. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to show y'all what this say in the Bible. And I'm not trying to put nobody on blast or contend with nobody, nothing like that. This is teaching right here. I want you to see what the Bible say and why I say the things I say. And I sometimes if I preach, it may offend people, but it's only because you may not know the word as well as I do. And that's not to offend nobody. That's not to sound boastful. But God created me to learn this Bible right here. Felt like I was dying. My lung collapsed about 8 years ago. And Jesus came to me and showed me this book and told me to read it. Showed me to read this book. So I got up that next day, and for the next 3 years, I read this whole Bible and learned this whole Bible because Jesus told me to. So this book may mean more to me than a lot of people who see me getting on Facebook and Instagram and stuff talking about this book, because you don't know what I've been through and you don't know what Christ has brought me from. So this book right here means everything to me. So that may be why I may know some things that it say that other people don't know, that may sound strange because you don't read the Bible enough and you don't know what all it say. Yeah, I'm happy to see somebody get up there and talk about Christ, whether they believe in Christ or not. So I have my reasons for what I'm doing. But I'm going to say this here before I end it. I'm about to end it right now because it done went way too long. But I had to say it all. We need to stop depending on these presidents to do godly things. Obama, Trump, Biden, whoever the next president is, they are not going to have the problem. They're not going to have the power to protect us from evil, to protect us from racism, to protect us from killings, to protect us from hurricanes, to protect us from coronaviruses, to protect us from whatever else is to come. There are earthquakes in diverse places right now. South Carolina, Virginia, wherever them was, places having earthquakes right now. All these things that are happening in the Bible right now, all these things that are happening right now in the Bible. I'm not going to go no further, but all I'm going to say is that there are things that we have to look to God for. We can't look to the president to solve all our problems. We can't look to the president to fix these things that God has to fix. These things are happening right now because God is waiting on you to come to him and talk to him about it and get your life in order. So that's all I got to say. Focus on God, not these presidents. Go out and go vote, do whatever you feel you need to do. But these presidents are not God. Pray to God. Pray to God. Ask God who to vote for. Ask God to fix your problems. That's it, man. Love y'all. Be blessed.